everybody, and welcome. I'm the Nerf Modding Nerd, and this is Nerf News episode 18. There's a lot of leaks this week, so let's dive right into it. So, starting off, we have the new Fortnite Micro Shot Blasters that were just leaked the day that I'm filming this, actually. And we have lots of different ones, and the one displaying on the screen right now is the Fortnite Tactical Shotgun, I believe, but I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know. Then there's also the Llama and the Micro RL, whatever that is. Looks like a grenade launcher, maybe? I don't know. Let me know if you know. But anyways, we had these leaked a couple weeks ago with just prices, but today we got pictures, and I gotta say, they're Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. I don't really enjoy Fortnite, but if you like Fortnite, you may like these, and that's fine. And if you like them, that's fine. Let me know why you like them and why you think they're good and everything. But I personally will not be buying these for reviews or anything like that. Even if you are not a Nerfing Fortnite player, we have some very exciting news starting with this. This is the Nerf Elite Titan CS50, which is the return of the Stampede drum, and this is actually going to be produced. Back in 2010, I believe it was, when the Stampede came out, it was supposed to come out with a 50-round drum, but Hasbro just never got that through, and so the Stampede only came out with 18-round magazines. But this is the return of the 50-round drum magazine, and previously the highest capacity magazine was the 35-round drum, but this is now 50, which is a lot of ammo in one go for darts, and it's going to be a great magazine, assuming it doesn't jam, so Hasbro, please don't mess that up. And I know I've already spent a lot of time talking about the drum now, so let's get on to the blaster. The blaster is less exciting, but still really cool. The blaster is basically a minigun, kind of like Captain Xavier's Tear, if you have seen that. And I'll leave a link to that in the description box below, except for this shoots darts. So this has a rotating barrel. We don't know how fast this will be rotating, but it is a fully automatic blaster, so basically just a rapid strike. And we know that this is going to retail for $100 United States and will be releasing in the fall of 2019, so August 1st. And this is a fairly big blaster, and Jared Gointz, sorry if I'm pronouncing that name wrong, that runs Jared's Epic Nerf Battle, said that this is going to be bigger than the Prometheus. And the Prometheus is already a pretty hefty blaster, so I don't know how exactly they're going to make it work with the Titan, but I still think it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm really excited for it. This is going to be carried just like the Prometheus with 2 carry handles, and you're supposed to hold it from the hip all the time. Next up, we have what is probably my favorite blaster of the pile of blasters we're going to be talking about today, and that is the Rival Perseus MXIX5000. I know we talked about this a few weeks ago, but we now have more details on this. So we thought it was going to have a hopper system and everything like that, but we now know for sure it is going to have a 50-round, non-removable, it looks like, hopper that's going to be along the top where you can see all the Rival rounds. And then in the grip, where we thought possibly could be a magazine well, there is going to be a non-removable, I believe, rechargeable battery. The one thing I don't like about this blaster is the weird thing on the front underneath the muzzle. I have no idea what that is. As far as I know, nobody does yet. But anyways, this is going to be retailing for $100 United States, which is the same price as the Nemesis. And given that this is a mini Nemesis without the rechargeable battery, I would say this is very ridiculously priced. But with the rechargeable battery, I think it's still overpriced, but I think it's a more fair price. I think this should probably retail for about $75 United States. But Hasbro always upcharges everything, and that 75 was including their normal upcharge, but they've been going up and up and up over the last couple of years. So yeah, anyways, one last detail, this is going to be shooting at 100 FPS, which is the Rival norm, is what we believe right now, and it is going to be firing approximately 8 rounds per second. Next up, we have the Nerf Mega Megalodon, and I know we talked about this a few weeks ago, but now we have a few more details on it. This weird gray handle on the top, which we thought was just going to be a carry handle, we now know is going to actually be the priming mechanism for this blaster, and this blaster is going to not be a flywheel blaster, it's going to be a Springer with that wacky prime, which is probably going to fail about as much as the Slingfire prime. This is going to have a 20-round drum, which I assume is going to be non-removable, and is going to cost $40 United States, and it will be released in the fall of 2019. Next up, we have a somewhat less exciting blaster. This is the Zombie Strike Revoltonator, which is basically a rapid strike with a Zombie Strike paint job. It's going to include a cool new Zombie Strike 18-round magazine, and it's going to have flashing LEDs when you pull the rev trigger and firing trigger, and this is going to cost $50 United States and will be released in the fall of 2019. Along with all these other blasters we're talking about. Next up, we have some cool stuff from the people over at Ammo Counter. This is the Ammo Counter Mark IV, and this is going to be just like their other ones, but it's going to be a barrel attachment with a rail attachment ammo counter, and these are now available on their store, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box below, along with the Facebook post that said that these were now available. Next up, we have some more goofy stuff from the people over at Blazestorm. And these are just rip-offs of actual Nerf blasters, so I'm just gonna list what they're ripping off and if they changed the ammo type at all, because they seem to like to do that. So starting, we have a Nerf cam that shoots rival rounds, followed by some weird thing that looks kind of like a hot shock that shoots rival rounds. And an Atlas, yay, the crappiest blaster in the rival line. A Nemesis, Mastodon that looks really, really weird. A hot shock, a double breach, now a Jolt, a big shock, Stampede. Why would you remake the Stampede? It was great and all, but come on, that was 2010. The Stormtrooper blaster, the secret shot from the Rebel line. I have no idea what this is. It looks kind of like the Stormtrooper blaster. This is definitely a Hammer Shot ripoff, even though it doesn't really look like it. And a Fire Strike ripoff. And a Nitron ripoff. And last but not least, a Praxis ripoff. And I want to say something about this. This is a Nitron ripoff, clearly a Nitron ripoff if you know what a Nitron looks like. But take a look at the magazine. Looks like a dart magazine, huh? And if you remember the Nitron, it shot Vortex discs. Now let's go back to the Praxis. The Praxis has a Vortex magazine. What are you guys thinking? Okay, so I know this episode of Nerf News is getting kind of long, so I will wrap it up with these blasters, but these are some blasters from Buzzbee that were recently leaked at the Toy Fair. So these are some interesting images here that have a blaster called the Alligator, which looks like a monorail with a drum. And then we can't quite read the full name of the one right below that, but that looks like Gladiator, and that seems to have magazines. And then something next to that is a long something that seems to look kind of like the Snipe. And then I really can't read what's above that, but that kind of looks like the old dart tag blaster that they used to use in the dart tag tournaments. So with that, we are going to wrap up Nerf News episode 18. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for weekly Nerf news, mods, reviews, and more. I'm the Nerf Modding Nerd, and I will see you guys next time.